Uh, Yesterday, I happened to see, um, Mark Calloway, his interview. Now, if you do not know who's Mark Calloway, maybe you'd know him as the Undertaker for WWE. Before it was WW, and before that it was WWF wrestling. For those of you who have been like oldies like me, would see wrestling. But what was so unique about this interview was the Undertaker, in the 30 years of wrestling, he never gave personal interviews. Personal interviews in the sense that, breaking out of character. I'm pretty sure most of you follow wrestling where, people put on a gimmick, try to be what they are not, try to be like a superhero or super villain. So he used to always give interviews as a character, as the dead man, as a guy who had supernatural powers. I remember his introduction when he was introduced as coming from Death Valley with the piano kind of music, like a zombie dead man with the black kind of outfit and a hat and purple kind of gloves. He had supernatural powers. And, what was unique about the character was he wouldn't say much, where other characters like Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, yo, brother, yeah, this, that, and Ultimate Warrior, oh, the powers will be. Everyone was like hyper. The Undertaker wouldn't say much. He was the only character who wouldn't say much. He would go slow. Like Ultimate Warrior would be fast, and Jimmy Snuka would be jumping in the sky, and Hulk Hogan would be like, getting his powers. But Undertaker was slow motion. So we used to watch wrestling. Me, my stepfather, and we used to all, shit, he's getting his powers. Yeah, and my stepfather would, wait, he's getting his powers now, he's going to attack him. And it was so real. And then obviously the blood and, you'd be like, people are saying it is fake. How can it be fake? Blood is coming out. And okay. So me, like most others, believed wrestling was real. It was good versus bad. And those days, Undertaker would do all these crazy stunts, jumping. And even though he was such a big guy, he would jump across the ropes on the people. And then there was Kane. Okay. What's his real name? I can't get his real name right now. He is now the governor. So, anyway. So those days he used to only put on a kayfabe. Kayfabe is where you live a gimmick, a storyline. And everyone believes that you're that character. But it's only now that WWE has released the new exclusive, The Last Ride, the documentary whereby they were talking about his last match. His match where on WrestleMania, which is supposed to be the biggest wrestling event, Undertaker never lost a single match. They never planned it out that way, but he never lost a match. He'd always win a match. And like they said, that took a life of its own and he kept winning. And so he had won, non-stop. He had kept winning. And it was believed that he would never lose. But then the day he lost a match, the first match, I think in 21 years, or I don't know, 21 or 31. 31 and all, I think. Not too sure, 21 or 31. Okay, so when he finally lost the wrestling match, it was such a shocker that every news outlet, every news media, from CNBC to CNN, Even though wrestling is supposed to be scripted, all of them covered the article. Yahoo News, Google News, everyone was talking about it. And every wrestling fan, whether he was a wrestling fan once upon a time or, he used to watch wrestling only in the 70s and 80s, or people who are watching wrestling now, everyone was shocked. Shocked was an understatement. You should see the video when Brock Lesnar defeated The Undertaker. You see the expression of people in the ring, in that arena. They're like, their eyes are open, they can't believe. And that has become like a cult classic, a meme. People's eyes are wide open and they cannot believe. They just cannot believe, because we grew up as children. We grew up with that streak. We grew up knowing that this character, Undertaker, could never be defeated. Never. Even though we knew in every wrestling match that this match, Undertaker is going to win, we still watched it. There was always that, he's nearly going to win. He's going to win. He's nearly going to win. Even though there was always a possibility that, okay, this character might lose in the ring, we didn't believe it would happen. However, that day when Undertaker lost, the whole world was talking about it and everyone wondered why. Why? What happened? The following day, they showed snippets of Undertaker as a normal person, as Mark Calloway, but limping to the hospital, sitting on a wheelchair, something that they would never do before. They actually showed him as a human being on a wheelchair, And the speculation was age and, multiple injuries. And then the report came out, but it was never confirmed that he had a concussion, After that, Undertaker would only come, for matches once a year as, special appearances. He retired to Roman Reigns. He retired to 2-3 other characters. He should have ended his streak with Brock Lesnar, but they kept bringing him back. And then the most disastrous match, that was Goldberg versus him in Saudi. So this particular interview that they had, I was really surprised. Why? Not because this was the first interview. This was actually the third or fourth interview. The first real shocking interview that I saw was when Mark Calloway, not as The Undertaker, appeared on a religious meeting, meeting of all church people. It was like a packed, like 2,000, 3,000 people in that auditorium, and he was there speaking as a normal person as to his life, spirituality, addiction. He spoke like a family man. I was like, no way. And then he had another interview, and he started to give interviews which had never happened before. But still, there were a lot of questions. Why was he doing this now? Was he retired? Because he never showed himself as a normal human being. But this particular interview that was released by WWE, the Last Ride, the documentary, which I'm pretty sure will be a runaway success, he spoke about injuries. He spoke about old age. He spoke about the fact that he could not continue anymore. So many things what he said, I could relate to it. I could literally feel like he was talking to me, Like some of the bits that he was talking he's saying, you realize you're not fast anymore. You get up in the morning and the body is aching. You have to keep fit throughout the year, but you can't maintain this crazy schedule. So I was like listening to all of this and I was thinking. And then maybe because I was thinking of all this, I started to get videos up my feed of old age, of retirement. And that is where I started to think of myself. I was like, fuck, man. Even I'm getting old. The The only thing that I want to say is, we guys, we grew up watching Mark Calloway, The Undertaker, as a character. And, we believed he could never lose. We believed he came from Death Valley. We believed that he was this special human being. We never believed that he was human. And even though we knew that later on wrestling was kayfabe, it was scripted, or it was planned, or it was entertainment, we still immersed ourselves for those few minutes, wanting to believe that this was a real, like a movie. We know that the movie is fake, but we are so invested in that character, in that plot, in that story. So even with The Undertaker, it was an investment of so many years of our lives. And now that Mark Calloway has become old and he has retired, or is going to retire, or whatever, his matches are more like dramatic with AJ Styles, another character. He made it like a movie, especially with the COVID-19. You can't meet in large groups. It just, sent my mind thinking about shit. Life is passing us by. So through this video, I just want to tell you that the childhood memories of watching The Undertaker with his superpowers, the magic urn, where he would get his special powers and he would rise from the dead and fire would come and the purple light and the eerie church music and walking like the dead man, his eyes rolled back, and he takes off the hat and that's what personal branding is. Sorry, I couldn't resist to say what I do. But anyway, man, it's like among all the great characters of WWE, he's without a doubt the greatest. Nothing but respect him for giving those 30 years of his life, or plus, jumping and getting hit and falling, getting bashed up just to entertain people. And whatever millions he got, he deserves every penny of it. Great human being. Great human being. Nothing but respect for him. And I don't know, have you grown up watching The Undertaker? Did he impact or influence your life? In fact, I'm very interested to know, when he lost, that day when he lost to Brock Lesnar, did you get shocked? Were you surprised? And do you think he should have retired? I personally feel he should have retired after that, not come back to fight Roman Reigns and lose again and come back and fight. And that was a bit too much. Anyway, I don't think he should come back in the ring, but then again, I guess he has to make money and feed his family. So anyway, let me know what are your thoughts with regards to The Undertaker. I know it's kind of a strange topic to talk about, but just thought I'd share with you these memories, these thoughts, these moments. I don't know, Undertaker would never watch this video, but Mark, if you ever watch this video, like everyone else, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for those memories, those moments, the sacrifice, everything that you have done for people all around the world. You're a legend, legend of every young boy, every man. And nothing but love and respect for you. You're part of our lives, our legacy, and you'll be part of history forever. That's what I want to say to Mark. And finally, there'll never, ever, ever be another Undertaker. All right, guys, this is me signing off for now. You guys take care.